the 31st of October. Happy Halloween. I just thought I'd give you a really quick run around just as an update to see what's growing, what's not, what's finished, what's dead in my garden, because I haven't given you one for a little while. So here we go. Hold on. Okay, in the greenhouse here, up the end by the door, we have got the broccolini. I think it was broccoli romanesco, which is flowering. I'm going to let it go to seed and collect some. I didn't get to eat much of it this time round because it went really long and stalky like this, if you can see. So that is probably about 3.5 foot tall, that plant there. This one's actually still coming. I think it hasn't shot yet, so I might get some out of that. But anyway, there's a couple of those. The kohlrabi aren't as big as Rob gets up in Queensland, but I'm quite happy with some of these specimens. And I have had one in a salad, grated up in a salad the other day. I've been breaking some of these leaves off that are touching the ground because they were starting to go funny colours and things. I don't want to encourage any rot or anything. I have had the door open with some fly screen down the bottom to let some bees and whatever in, but it's also let the cabbage moths in, so I have caught a few green worms. Not too many actually, which is good. These are the purple climbing beans. Now these are the ones that I planted. Let's drop that down there. Planted out of season, and boy have they taken off now. So I've got them growing on this trellis and they look great. Let me just, I don't really know what you're supposed to do, like how you're supposed to eat them or whatever, or what size you're supposed to grow them to. Let me find a good specimen, that'll do. Break that off. So yeah, they're purple on the outside. If I bite into it, they're green on the inside. They're really sweet. Very crunchy, obviously. I don't know if you're supposed to eat the pods, but they taste alright to me. There is a bean inside there. I assume maybe some people might pod them. Excuse me, crunching away in your ear. And just eat the beans, but I like it this way. Yum. So they've worked out well. Out of like the 12 plants that I've had, I've only got one, I think two. Only 2 plants are actually growing there. Excuse me. But they grew up, and then they came down, and then they're grown up, and they come down, and they've twisted around themselves, and now they're actually kind of holding themselves up. So there's plenty of beans on there. So I've got to stop rambling. Silver beet is silver beet. Zucchinis, all green bush. I have had a couple of good specimens, and I'll show you a photo of the recent ones that I pulled off. Getting some amazing huge flowers on here. Of course the boy ones are never ready when the female ones are. White squash are, I think, maybe getting crowded out a bit in here. We got a few heads on there, a few buds, but they're a bit slow. Out of all my dwarf beans, only one plant survived, so we've got a few beans there. I haven't actually tried any yet. Looking forward to that. Over this side, I emptied everything out of this bed, and now I have got in here 1, 2, 3 pink brandywines and a Riesentraub cherry. So was that one. These ones are also pink brandywines, but I was going to put them out in the garden. Now this one is desperately wanting to go out. It's probably about 1 foot tall, 30 centimeters tall. It's got beautiful flower heads on top. We've also got excuse me, climbing the bed. Oh, I think I just snapped that. Damn. Some great big flowers on here, so I don't know whether that's just normal for these plants or if they're just super happy because I planted them with a whole hole full of worm castings, which everything seems to be loving. These are the long purple eggplant from Rob, who sent me the seeds, and I just transplanted them the other day. So I'm going to fill the rest of this with other delights, probably some basil and maybe some beetroot and I don't know, all sorts of things. This is just the broccoli. I've also let that go to seed, and as you can see there's some giant seed pods here, so that's great. There's heaps of aphids and stuff around. Look at that. Can you see that? No, not really, but there are hundreds of them. They actually don't seem to be disturbing my plants too much, even though they are on them. I think because my plants are healthy this time around. But before I put anything else in here, I'm going to give it a good squirt down and leave it maybe a few days to hopefully kill any off that are not living on plants. So this is my last cauliflower. My other one, which I'll show you a clip of. Alright, so I'm just about to have dinner, and I'm going to pick my bloody beautiful cauliflower. This is the first one that has been this big that I've ever grown before, so I'm a bit proud of it. It's going to taste yummy with our chicken mignons tonight. So just a quick snap just to make sure that everybody knows about it before I eat it. Okay then, see ya! This one's taking ages, but it's still coming. So that's inside the greenhouse. Hold on and I'll quickly run out to the other area. Back garden. Tomatillos I planted a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and they are cruising along. I really need to give them a little bit of worm juice, but yes, the flowers flowered, and now this is where the capes or fruit are supposed to grow from, so looking forward to seeing them. A couple of, I can't remember what they were, that are still alive. Parsley. These are the weeby little pumpkins, which I've only just started to produce things, but we've got little baby ones. And this is all I've got in the past too. They're really tiny. I mean, it is a small plant, but it's a bit too small. But again, out of sync with the males and females, so hopefully give them a couple of, well, maybe a week or so, and they might get back into sync. Now this is my onions, which I left to fend for themselves, and they're not brilliant. These are tiny little things. So there's a red onion. There's a white. I think these are sweet Domenico. They're very, very, very dry here, and really, really, really need to water them. But yeah, we'll get to that. Peas are finished. Weeds everywhere. I just harvested my broad beans today, so I'll go show you what I got off that. And what else? Not much else to show you. I'll just cruise up the front. Okay, a little greenhouse. Yeah, rhubarb. I had it in the greenhouse. I hadn't watered it and I forgot about it, and it died off completely. I repotted them. No, I didn't. I repotted them ages ago. I brought them into here in the little greenhouse. I've given them plenty of water and filled up this tray so they can drink it up. And they've absolutely taken off. They love it in this little warm hut. So I'm going to leave them in there. These 50-cent chilies are still alive. Got buds on them, but yeah, don't seem to be doing spectacularly. Cape gooseberries, 3 of them. Going to plant them out maybe on the weekend. I think I have a home for them. Spaghetti squash. This was doing brilliantly. The other day I moved this garden bed and I snapped the end of the vine off. Bugger. So that's the end of that one. But this one over here is doing great. We've got one fruit that seems to have taken. We have another one here which just had some pollination, but I'm not sure if it was enough because I didn't have any males again. I only had one. Strange thing with spaghetti squash, the males don't seem to have pollen on them. It's also sending off another leader. And there's another female here. We've got plenty of males flowers here, so hopefully they will be available to me as I need them. Strawberries are being strawberries. They're not doing too badly. Wicking bed. Since I planted them, the chooks dug half of them up, so I had to start again with the basil. We've had a couple of really hot days. That was lemon balm, which is now crispy, and the tomato was roughed up by the chooks, so it's a bit slow. My canna lilies are doing great. This is another tomatillo which I really should put out the back. I wasn't going to keep it, but it's growing really well. And this is my other bed. This is one Jerusalem artichoke which popped up by itself. So yeah, that's good. Happy with that. And another zucchini and some more squash, and they haven't been doing brilliantly. And again, I took the cover off the other day, left it off, forgot, and the chooks got in there and screwed it up again. So that's it for the update. Sorry it's so long, I've got too much and I'm trying not to dribble in between. I'll keep you up to date if anything exciting happens. Otherwise I've just got a few little projects that I'm working on around the place. Too much to do, not enough time, and I'll catch you soon. Thanks, bye.